What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing? Let's get the chat going here for you guys. So looks like everything is going good. Let me just verify here. All right. So everything should be going well. So we should be on. This is the first broadcast that we should actually be coming through on Gab.ai, our Gab.ai account as well. Just to let you guys know. But I wanted to jump on here real quick because there's been the elections all day today, and this is like, since I already got banned from Facebook for talking about transgender, I might as well talk about this. So in Virginia, let's see, Danica Roem, I think Roem is Democrat, of course. Transgender woman wins the race. So basically, Bob Marshall was the incumbent who was there. He's been in the House since 1992. And this transgender woman, Roem, she's used to be a journalist, and they're saying that wasn't a key part of her campaign. I mean, there's no way for me to verify that without investigating what her campaign stood on. It says, of course, that it was about the issues of why people voted for her. So this is big news, I mean, because look, I personally believe that transgender is a mental illness. Gender dysphoria. I mean, there's plenty of people who have spoke about this, very educated people who, a lot more educated than me, and they're out there making a very, very strong case for the fact that transgender is a mental illness. So look, can she do a good job? I don't know. Probably. I don't think that that has a factor in the ability of a person. But what I do think is that when you have somebody who has such something going on mentally like that their perception is going to be, far skewed in a lot of topics and things that people wouldn't, agree with, on a sense that if they can rationalize being transgender and in my opinion being a mental illness, how do we know in what other areas that, that type of thinking would affect as far as policy changes goes for schools? I mean, is she going to push the you can go to whatever bathroom you want thing in schools? I mean, is that going to be part of her agenda because of the fact that, they're transgender, she's transgender? I don't even know how, he, she, I'm not sure, whatever. They go, I guess, goes by a she, so I guess to be respectful, whatever. But that's basically my thoughts. How is this going to impact the policy that's made? And automatically, when you have Democrat, now look, we know there's a lot of Republicans that are, in my opinion, in some cases worse, because they're posing as one thing and they're acting like they're supposed to be acting like one thing, but they're not, and they're acting like another thing. So to some degree, just because a Republican doesn't make them better, but for sure, all the Democrats are, I mean, there's no question. There's absolutely no question. I mean, look at what's going on right now with this whole Donna Brazile situation, right? I mean, she's claiming that when she suggested that she wanted to use DNC campaign money to find out who killed Seth Rich, all of a sudden that Clinton just hung up the phone and that was the end of it. And she said that she feared for her life, which I don't blame her. I mean, we all know how long the Clintons, kill list is of how many people have been tied to the Clintons that have just miraculously committed suicide or some other random, event. So I don't know. Let's try to read some of these comments. Sorry to hear Patriot Media got banned. Yeah, from Facebook. Patriot Media isn't in Gomorrah. Well, I mean, look, guys, I think that this is something that people have to be concerned about, in a sense that I'm not saying that because she's transgender disqualifies her from a job. What I'm saying is, how do we know that the policies that she's going to try to institute aren't aligned with that type of acceptance, I personally, like I said, I think it's a mental illness. I do. Gender dysphoria, when you think you're when you have the parts of one sex and then you want to change it to the parts of another sex, there's something wrong with you. I just don't see how that's normal. I'm sorry, I just don't. I don't see how people would just say, yeah, you know what, just chop it off. I'm going to become a woman. In fact, the statistics show that most people who become transgender, the majority of them regret ever doing it in the first place. But they don't tell you that. They don't want to tell you those statistics. They don't want to tell you that because it goes against the narrative of us coddling and embracing this transgender, ridiculousness. So, I mean, that's the case, I see the stream is messing up a little bit. Like I said, guys, we're trying to work through it, but this is the first broadcast, like I said, that should be coming through Gab AI. We are banned from Facebook right now. Patriot Media, the page is still up. We do have people who are been banned to some in one way or another, whether it's a ban or them just straight up deleting an account. And then, the other ones are on some kind of verification, and it's just like, it's a disaster. So I have no access to Facebook. I've been talking about that pretty much all day. And because I think it's important that people need to know that what happened. And that all has it all centers around this transgender thing, because that's what happened. It had to do with the fact that we made at Patriot Media a transgender t-shirt that says transgender, your mental illness, not mine. And I shared that to Facebook, and then they banned my account for 30 days. And then when I tried to log into my other accounts, I saw that they had also been affected in one way or another. So I guess they found me, what can I say? So we're here. In fact, the screenshots are posted on my Twitter account there at JG Patriot Media. So if you head on over to Twitter and you follow me there, you can see all the stuff that I'll be posting. I posted the 30-day ban screenshot, and I posted the screenshot showing exactly what I just told you, sharing about the t-shirt. And that is what they removed in order to give me the ban. So just so you guys can see what actually happened, and the fact that how ridiculous it's getting. So anyway, guys, like I said, stay tuned to Patriot Media. Make sure you turn on your live notifications for Periscope. That's super important. And if you're watching on YouTube, make sure that you also click that bell and also turn on live notifications, because that is where, at least for the next 30 days, the majority of the broadcasts are going to be coming through due to my heavy restriction. We are still working on some kind of a back entrance thing. He's not going to keep me down forever. I can assure you that. I will pop up every now and then on Facebook still. But that's why it's important that you guys like all of our different things for this exact reason, so that we can keep in contact with the people who want to hear what we're saying and talking about here at Patriot Media. And if you like what we do here at Patriot Media, guys, if you head over to patreon.com/Patriot Media, you can sign up for the $1 a month, help support us to fight against things like this that are happening. They're trying to censor us because we're showing you guys the truth. We're showing you what's happening at these events. We're talking about the real stuff in the news. We don't feed into the BS mainstream media narratives. We do what we do here at Patriot Media, and we appreciate every single one of you who share and like our videos. And if you're on Periscope, just tap that screen. Let's try to get the hearts going on here, just like on Facebook, because we have to beat their algorithms in order. Right now we have an advantage because we haven't been detected yet. So it's a good opportunity to be able to get the message out, because we're still like under the radar. There will become a time, I could almost guarantee you, that they will mess with us on Twitter and YouTube more once those grow to somewhere, what's going on Facebook. So Patreon, what about our membership for Patriot Media on Patreon? Well, we do posts on Patreon as well, and right now there's a lot going on, but the exclusive posts will be increasing on Patreon as time progresses. I'm getting married this month. It's actually in sooner. It's coming up quick, so I haven't been able to do as much as I would like to do right now, but as you can see, I have more time now. Long story short, I don't travel nearly as far as I did to commute to work, so I'm going to have more time to do things like edited videos and do things specifically for the patrons, because that is the option, that if you do the $1 or more, that you are automatically into any of the exclusive content that will only release on Patreon. So if that's what you're referring to, I'm not sure. Will you be able to start a new Patriot Media page? So the page is okay. The page is fine. They tried to unpublish it on me, but the page is fine. My access to the page is not fine. Billy Sessions' access to the page is not fine. We have no access to the page, is basically what's happening. So the page is fine. The page exists, but we can't access it, basically. And that's what's going on. Something just popped up, but I didn't see it. Mazel tov. Well, thank you. For some reason, it doesn't seem like the Periscope comments are coming up in the chat here. I'm not sure why that is. I didn't really see any over here. That's kind of weird. I'm not sure what's going on, but anyway, I'm gonna work on this anyway, after the stream, guys. But right now, I just wanted to jump on here and kind of talk about this transgender situation, with winning the first transgender congressperson, right? I mean, this is a historical thing. Can't deny that. This is definitely historical. So anyway, guys, like I said, make sure you are following us. We're on gab.ai at Patriot Media, so hop on there as well. And if you're watching